awards and honors and things, but UFC Hall of Fame, what does that mean for you?
It's the highest honor I can get, the cherry on the cake, I guess. Yeah, so I'm very, very happy. You know, it's a dream come true.
We wonder because for fighters, I mean, you're fighting for championships, right? And you're fighting for money as well to take care of your career. But
yeah.
Something like this, is it still a special night in the career to know that? I mean, I guess this is an award that never goes away. You're part of this fraternity.
Yeah, it's the highest honor someone can receive, especially when you retire, to be recognized, because that means you made a difference in your sport. You know, so it's just a dream come true. I'm so excited to be here tonight.
That's awesome. You know, for you, obviously, you're an icon of your home country as well. So I'm curious. I mean, do you feel there's a responsibility for you to continue growing the sport even past your fighting days? I mean, you did such a great job during.
I will never leave the sport. I will always be there and an advocate of trying to promote the sport and the benefit that it brings to society and individuals.
Last thing I want to ask for you, I mean, obviously when you were fighting, you remember Dana used to say Canada's a mecca of mixed martial arts, you know, and that's kind of changed a little bit. Do you see a way that it can return to that, where Canada seems like a big home base for mixed martial arts in the UFC?
It's always like every sport is a wave. It goes by cycle, you know. Sometimes you have some guys that comes out of certain country, then after a few years nothing happened, and then it comes back up. You know, that's how it is. You know, it's a question of timing. I was just very fortunate that when I was competing, I had great training partners: David Loiseau, Patrick Côté, Jonathan Goulet, Rory McDonald, Dennis Kang. I had so many. So it helps a lot to have these guys training with you, you know, when you're getting ready for a fight.
What does it mean to you to have Royce Gracie to be the guy who's going to
was when they asked me who would be your number one choice out of everybody in the universe, in the world, to introduce you, I said it was Royce Gracie, because everything started for me with Royce Gracie when I first saw him on TV. When my friend ran that video and I watched the first UFC, I was a teenager. Everything changed. It changed my life in a split second. I right away knew that's what I wanted to do in my life, and he had a massive impact on my life.
Being here today makes you think about fights that you wish you had done?
Yes, but I'd rather not think too much about that, because living with regret, it's always bad. You know, I try to make the most of it. Everything is a question of timing, you know, and most importantly, I'm very healthy. I can retire with all my health. And I'm wealthy, but healthy. Health is most important than everything. And it's not something that a lot of fighters can brag about.
If you could pick one, though, that you could lose.
Well, it's always a question of fighting. You're talking about Anderson Silva. Question of timing, money, the talk of that fight. You know, it was a lot of things that could have been done to make it happen, and it did not happen. So Khabib too, a lot. It could have been happening, but it did not happen. And I don't want to go back and talk about it. People knows the integer of that. But yeah, it's unfortunate. But at the same time, I'm glad with how things turns out.
Well, let's discuss just about what do you think of Anderson was?
John Jones.
It was incredible. What an inspiring performance. I myself was very skeptic. I was afraid for him when he fought Chavez, because Chavez is a real champion in boxing, and he took him out of his comfort zone. It was just amazing. It's to the same level to his best performance in MMA, but he did it in boxing. It was just incredible. I just hope Anderson will retire on top and will not end up his new boxing career as, you know, in UFC. At the end, it was kind of sad. I wish him the best of luck, and I'm always a fan. I really enjoy watching him fight. As a fan, I want him to keep going, but as a human being, nobody can beat time, and I just hope he's healthy, happy, and wealthy, and everything. He can take care of his loved one.
What do you expect to see from Nick Diaz?
That's a big X factor. Would he come back as good as he was, or this layoff would it have a negative impact on him? I don't know. I just hope that he will come back as good as he were, because I'm afraid that he left a lot of money on the table, and I hope I'm wrong, and I hope he comes back even better than he was, and he goes for a shot for the title. I'm a huge fan. I really enjoy watching him fight.
Did you see his interview when he says he just hates fighting?
I can relate to that. I hate fighting as well. I hate it. I did it because I use that as a benchmark to get me to where I want to get to in life. I don't like fighting. It's the worst day of my life, the day that I fight. But I use that because and to get me in life because I love the freedom, the health, the fitness, the wealth, the access of things that other people does not have. So there's a lot of good advantage, but you need to pay the price sometime a few times a year if you want to be a fighter among the elite.
Yeah, that was great. Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Any more appearances in Bedrock Elite?
Well, I hope so. I don't know if he die or not.
You can make a new universe, right?
I think he can come back. I don't think he's dead.
There is a multiverse coming.
He might come back. I'm sure he will. Cross my finger.